Hello everyone. Today I'm here to explain the shared parameter plugin that we've recently acquired to use with Revit 2013. I'm going to go over a quick overview on how to use it and best practices for it. First things first, for those working on the CSD projects with us, the files that you're going to need and the instructions are all going to be located in under the BIM corroboration files, under BIM execution plan, then under BIM model standards. And this is pretty much the list of everything you're going to need, or at least the instructions on how to get everything. For those of you on the Turner staff, the files are going to be on our server under the BIM folder, under BIM Standards 2012, and all the files will be located, all these same files that you see here will be located in that same folder. Now, first things first, I have a README document here I'd like everyone to go through. It's just a quick little overview on what to do and what not to do with some of these files. These files are just simple Excel files, so they can be overwritten, and we really don't want that. Once you go through this, the next thing you need to do is to download the actual Revit plugin. If you click on the link, which I've already provided here, it'll take you directly to the web page. This is open source software, which is free for everyone. It has been checked beforehand, so it's all safe. So as you can see, you've got the links to download down here. You're going to download the Revit add-in 2013 first, and in Internet Explorer it's just going to be a quick little pop-up. That's it, it's done. It's downloaded and installed. It's a one-click install in this case. If you're using Chrome or Firefox, it should download like a normal download. Then you would double-click on it wherever you saved it to, and then it would run. Again, it'll just do a quick little pop-up like we just saw, and that should be it. And the next thing you're going to download is the SP Writer. Download this, it'll go into your downloads folder. The first thing it's going to do is actually going to direct you to a Dropbox page. And then from here you can just direct download. And Internet Explorer just tells it to download the file. Again, these files have already been checked, so they are safe. You can close that out. And you go into your downloads folder, or wherever you saved the file at. And then again, it's version 2.1. Once you open it up, this is what you're going to get. If you don't see this, you're probably going to have a pop-up at the top that says Enable Content. Please do. That'll allow you to actually edit the file. All right, as you can see here, this is Revit's entire list of shared parameters, or typical shared parameters, which are usually involved in the MEP trades. We're obviously not necessarily going to need all this, so we go to the Shared Parameters tab up at the top. You tell it to clear the sheet. Go ahead and hit yes. Of course, it clears it for you. If you go back into the collaboration folder, or where we have all our model standards, we have the list of shared parameters. This is a quick list that we put together showing all the parameters that we really require to be included in every family made on any project that we're working on. Some of these, apply to more trade specific than others, but we've already been over this, especially the people on the CSD project. We've already been over who does what and who's in charge of what. We have added a new field, which is barcode number. We're going to go further into detail with you on that and explain that a little bit better to you at a later meeting. For those of you on the Turner staff, we will be setting up another video that was pretty much going to explain why we want these in each file and what you should look for in order to help your estimates and your takeoffs and whatnot. So basically you see that we have all these parameters. For this video I'm just going to use 2 or 3 of them as an example. We're going to use function, O4CSI, and barcode number. Actually, we'll go ahead and use specifications URL as well. So we go back to the writer. Once you're here, you're basically just going to click a new parameter. For those of you familiar with Revit, you're going to see that dialog box that creates this parameter is very similar to the one inside Revit. You tell it the name of the parameter. In this case, the first one will be O4CSI. The parameter group, which is identity data, and then the type of parameter, which in this case will be number. Click Add, and it automatically populates the field, groups it, and assigns it a GUID, which is the specific identifier mark that Revit utilizes. We're going to go with the second one, which will be, let's see, go with barcode number. We can really keep this one short, not necessarily put barcode number. We can just go barcode. I specified number so people would know that what we need is the actual number, not the actual physical barcode itself. Again, that goes under identity data, and again, it's a number parameter. And click on this one, and we're going to go with function. Sorry, identity data. Now this one, as opposed to being number, will actually be text. And this function is specifically for interior versus exterior. And in rare occasions, it'll be structural. The last one will be specification URL. And again, identity data. URL actually has its own type. Close that out. Now, here we have 4 parameters that are usually not included within Revit and that we do require. Now, the next step would be to actually export this into a text file or a TXT file, which is what Revit reads when it looks for shared parameter files. To get all these out, you highlight all the ones that you want and you click check. Now, when exporting, if you uncheck something, it will not be included in that export. So make sure that all the parameters that you want in this, in any particular family are checked. In most of the cases, if it's any of these, you're pretty much going to want all of them to be checked off. And then you export the file. You tell it where you want it to go. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and save it to the box folder. We need to update this one with the new barcode one. Actually, let's go ahead and save this local one first, just for test purposes. Save it. Turn our share. That's right. Okay. Okay. Now, once we go into Revit, we're going to open up a project. It's just a generic standard project. Actually, let's go ahead and close this one out and open up a new one. We're going to go with casework in this case. Open. I'm going to look at the parameters. These are all the existing parameters that come with the casework family template. You see construction type, finish, dimensions, and then identity data. Okay. You're going to go into your add-ins tab, and you're now going to see 2 new buttons. One says export family parameters. The other one says bind parameters to family. You're going to click the bind parameters one. You're going to go to the location where you saved your text file from the export. In this case, that's the file. Hit open, and that's it. Now we go back into the parameters that are in this family, and we see that now the 4 that I had included or that added are now there. Now, the one downside to this plugin that I've noticed is that for some reason, even though here it's actually grouping them accordingly under identity data, which is number 8, for some reason when Revit reads it, it automatically defaults it to other. Fortunately, there's still not a workaround to that. I'm working on that one, but the fix is a lot simpler than still going in and adding the parameters individually. Just hit modify, change that to identity. And just do the same for all the other ones. And now they're all under the identity where they should be. Then you hit OK. And now the family would, from now on, would have those parameters. There you have it. That's pretty much it. If there are any questions or concerns or anybody has any issues with this, please feel free to contact me once you have my contact information. And we'll see you next time. The next video will be on sharing materials for our new color coding standards.